Today I've got a bit of a different video for you guys, and much like last year with the Tudor Corner and Grand Emporium, I figured why not turn this into a little yearly tradition of doing the 15-year comparisons with the modulars, as we've now got all the modulars of the last 15 years after I got the town hall. So I figured, why not just keep that going? So we've got pet shop on each side. So we got the townhouse and the pet shop from 2011 on each side of the 2026 shopping street modular. And overall, you can definitely see how much the straight buildings have changed as well as the corners in the last 15 to 16 years. And because we went from very simple straight building techniques that were simple and could be easily replicated with basically just parts ordering the pieces, which has ultimately kept the overall cost on the pet shop down the last 15 years, because I only just got the pet shop a little over a year ago for Christmas, and I think now it's still about 300, maybe a little bit more than that. It's nowhere near like 350 yet, but it's like if I had a choice of this or the new shopping street modular, and this ain't even off nostalgia, I would go with the pet shop modular any day, because the new one, yes, they've advanced the amount of details in modulars, which you can very much see in the roof detailing comparing both buildings. But overall, the overall story for the 2026 one has just gotten so complex that it's just not an easy one to keep up with, and you just get so lost with the building, to where the back then with the pet shop and the Grand Emporium, you were able to just take it easy and just enjoy the build for what it was, just an escape instead of a strenuous project, which is kind of what the modulars have kind of turned into, at least the last 2 years, at least for me. And so it's like, I'm happy to get a new thing with the furniture store, but overall, for all the stuff that they tried to cram in with the new one, sometimes less is more, and the pet shop is a really good example of that, because all they put in was one shelf for details and then a couple of animals, and the townhouse itself is basically empty. Bathroom under construction and a wall getting painted on the second level, and that's pretty much it. Every single level now 15 years later on the straight modulars has got a crap ton of detail, and it's like, I'm not mad about it, but overall, just sometimes less is better. That's why I think my favorite part for Shopping Street didn't actually come until I got to the apartment level, which is another thing that Lego has been doing a lot more recently. Has been putting apartments, or at least some sort of housing, into the top level of the modular buildings, which those that started with the pet shop 15 years ago. But we're seeing a lot more of that now over the last couple of years. From the started kind of with the police station, took a couple of years off with the hotel, museum, and jazz club. But I'm guessing we're probably going to be back to a couple more apartments with possibly next year after getting another one this year. But overall, this was an okay apartment. All right build. It's just the angles were not my favorite thing to do. I mean, they're a lot less sharp than the hotel, but overall, not a big fan of this one, especially when you compare it up with other buildings. Looks good with some, but not with everything. Especially when you can put the Pet Shop Modular up against just about anything, and it looks great. You can put it up against the Town Hall, the Jazz Club, heck, even the Daily Bugle, and it looks great. This, you got to basically pick your poison on that, and basically guess on it. And it's a lot harder to figure out where to put it, especially if you've only got one or two of the modulars. So that's kind of where the new Shopping Street kind of falls flat, at least for me. But overall, both of these are still overall good builds. It definitely shows how the modular buildings, especially the straight ones, have evolved over the last 15 years. And there is one thing that I didn't mention in my initial thoughts video for the Shopping Street, or I might have just mentioned it at the end, but the cat statue, I do wish that they would have brought back the original cat piece that was used in the Pet Shop Modular, because they did have that in white originally. I wish they would have had brought that back in white. I think that would have made more sense to kind of connect the older modulars with this one, given the 15-year anniversary connection to the Pet Shop Modular, which had the original Lego cat in a different color. I believe in a brown at the time. So that would have been probably one of my smaller critiques with the set, which I know why they went with the different cat. It's just to connect with the Tudor corner. But overall, not a bad modular, but definitely not one of my favorites. But that's kind of what I've got for my 15-year comparison for the Pet Shop Modular and the new Shopping Street. So you guys can tell me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will do more in the future.